Maserati GranTurismo Coupe is the culmination of years of tradition. Its arrival to the Bentley Continental GT, Porsche 911 and Aston Martin DB11, all cars with a significant past to call upon, and so has a mighty job to do just to compete. But what of this history? Back in 1957 the Italian carmaker installed a large engine, sending power to the rear wheels, under the long bonnet of the four-seater A6 1500. And so began a heritage for building beautiful Grand Tours, followed by the stunning 3500 GT and a number of other desirable vintage models that command big money on the classic car market. Grand Tours are cars that are powerful, great to drive and comfortable over long distances, vehicles that really make you want to take the car rather than fly. There's a convertible version too, known as the Maserati Gran Cabrio, with very few differences in spec and trim. Stunning Pininfarina looks, and on sheer looks alone we'd say the GranTurismo fits the bill perfectly. Originally penned by famed design studio Pininfarina, which is also responsible for stunning cars from the likes of Alfa Romeo, Ferrari and Lancia, it has a timeless elegance to its sweeping lines that really catches the eye. The only engine choice on offer since introduction in 2007 is a V8 petrol, available as a 4.2 litre in early models and latterly a 4.7 litre, with power up to 460 horsepower in the fastest versions. A number of variants have been on sale over the GranTurismo's 10-year life cycle, including a performance-focused MC Stradale model that's due to go off sale in 2018. However, you won't find much to complain about when it comes to driving, regardless of which one you choose. The GranTurismo's rear-wheel drive layout and brilliant engines lend themselves to that cross-continent jaunt almost perfectly. Some of the gearbox options available over the years are a little lacking in involvement, but in the main this is a car that handles long distances with ease. It helps that the seats are extremely comfortable, and the ride quality we've experienced on later cars equipped with adaptive skyhook suspension has been very impressive indeed. Maserati GranTurismo facelifted in 2017. An update was launched in 2017 to prepare the GranTurismo for a few more years on sale, with a view to replacement in 2020. The range was simplified, with just one engine and gearbox on offer, the 4.7-litre 460 horsepower V8 with the 6-speed automatic gearbox, and two trims, Sporty MC and more luxurious Sport. Just don't ask us why they're named that way. Other notable improvements on this update include the addition of the 8.4-inch touchscreen multimedia system from the Ghibli, Levante SUV and Quattroporte, and a new Harman Kardon speaker system as standard fit. Maserati GranTurismo MC Stradale in 2011, a faster two-seater version of the GranTurismo, called the MC Stradale, was launched. This bespoke model featured a special transaxle gearbox, which means instead of being bolted to the back of the engine it sits on the rear axle, improving weight distribution. Buyers of this highly specialist car enjoyed a 10 horsepower power hike to 450 horsepower and torque of 510 Nm, representing a 20 Nm improvement. Those numbers, along with a 110 kg weight reduction over the GranTurismo S, made for a 0 to 62 mph sprint in 4.6 seconds. Other performance tweaks included carbon fiber-backed race seats, Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, specialist Pirelli tires and a unique suspension configuration. Then in 2013 a four-seater version of the MC Stradale was launched. Maserati GranTurismo Sport unveiled in 2012. The GranTurismo Sport featured just the 4.7-litre V8 motor with 460 horsepower and 520 Nm of torque, which made for 0 to 62 mph in 4.7 seconds when fitted with the optional robotized manual transaxle gearbox mentioned above, known as MC Shift, and 4.8 seconds with the standard ZF 6-speed automatic gearbox called MC Shift Auto. The verdict: it's getting on a bit, which doesn't help running costs or the availability of the latest tech, but as an emotional purchase we don't think you'll be unhappy with the Maserati GranTurismo. It's powered by a brilliant engine, has an attractive cabin, rides and handles well and has lovely front seats with room for 4 adults. Read on for the full Maserati GranTurismo review as we get right under this car's skin. V8 petrol power, your only option. Choice of power and gearboxes. High performance MC Stradale. Originally the GranTurismo was available with 2 engines, which then dropped to 1 with the choice of 2 gearboxes, eventually thinning to 1 engine and gearbox combination on the facelift in 2017. at which point the high-performance GranTurismo MC Stradale was dropped from the range. Maserati GranTurismo engines from launch in 2007. A car as gorgeous as the GranTurismo cries out for power, and the standard 4.2-litre V8 engine delivers sufficient urge to satisfy the most demanding driver. The ability to reach the 62 miles per hour benchmark rate in just 5.2 seconds means this is agile transport at all times, with plenty of thrust available at the merest dab of the electronic drive-by-wire accelerator. The S models get a more powerful 4.7-litre V8 engine with 440 bhp. This drops the 0 to 62 miles per hour time to 4.9 seconds in the Duo Select model and feels even more sublime than the smaller unit. The gearbox is disappointing though. It's an automatic on the standard model with a manual model allowing you to change gear via steering wheel paddles. However, it never allows you full control and isn't as enjoyable to use as a manual gearbox. The S has a different system that uses 2 clutches to offer superfast changes, hence the name Duo Select. To confuse matters further, there is also an S automatic model which is fitted with the same gearbox as the standard car. High-performance Maserati GranTurismo MC Stradale launched in 2011 taking inspiration from the firm's racing cars. The MC Stradale was a focused performance version of the GranTurismo meant to represent the pinnacle of the range. It featured the 4.7-litre V8 with 450 horsepower and 510 Nm, but thanks to its 110 kg lower curb weight it covered 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds, making it the quickest GranTurismo ever. Range dropped to 1 engine in 2012. The introduction of the Maserati GranTurismo Sport in 2012 cut the engine range down to just 1, a 4.7-litre Ferrari-built V8. This motor now produced 460 horsepower and 520 Nm of torque. You did still have the option of a pair of gearboxes, though, a conventional automatic called MC Shift Auto and a specialized roboticized manual, known as MC Shift, that sits on the back axle and is capable of changing gear incredibly quickly, helping weight distribution for more balanced handling. With the former MC Shift Auto, the GranTurismo covered 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds, while the MC Shift-equipped car does it 0.1 seconds quicker. Not a huge improvement considering the circa £4,000 premium at time of launch. Facelift in 2017. The GranTurismo's update for 2017 dropped the expensive, slow-selling MC Shift gearbox, with the sole drivetrain option available, the 4.7-litre V8 coupled with the ZF 6-speed automatic gearbox. We had a chance to sample this combination on a GranTurismo MC, which is one of the 2 revised trims on offer, the other being Sport. The MC Stradale model has been discontinued. The MC version covers 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds, making it 0.1 seconds quicker than the Sport thanks to better aerodynamics from the sportier bodykit and a new exhaust that borrows design elements from the GranTurismo racing car's Maserati builds. As you'd expect, it sounds fantastic, with a deeper and more guttural roar than Sport models. The engine shines brightly here. It doesn't have any turbochargers like you find on a lot of performance cars nowadays, and you're rewarded with brilliant throttle response and a wonderful noise to boot. Its gearbox is showing its age here, though. We noticed it's reluctant to change down quickly enough to keep up during faster driving, despite using the steering column-mounted paddle shifters. It works far better left in its automatic mode and driven more gently. A sport driving mode is on hand to sharpen up the whole experience, making the GranTurismo's throttle response and gear changes quicker. It also lowers the RPM that the flap in the exhaust opens at, which means you get sportier noise to go along with the drive. Performs well overall. Excellent hydraulic steering, lighter weight for MC Stradale despite the use of advanced manufacturing techniques including high-strength steel and aluminium. The GranTurismo is a heavy car, tipping the scales at more than 1,800 kilograms regardless of version. That said, there's still enough talent on board to make it a seriously memorable drive. There's a lot of grip on offer and the steering is brilliant. Its hydraulic assistance rather than electric means there's a lot of feedback provided to the driver about what's going on under the front wheels. That means it feels involving and confidence-inspiring. It doesn't do so well driven really quickly because Maserati's relatively old stability control system wades in before you get close to the chassis limits. But then we suspect many drivers won't ever stray into that sort of territory. Maserati GranTurismo MC Stradale handling. As a laser-focused performance model, the MC Stradale had a number of handling-enhancing features. The main one was the option of an electronically controlled transaxle gearbox, which basically means it lives on the rear axle rather than bolted directly to the back of the engine. This helped weight distribution. A set of carbon ceramic brakes was also installed to stand up to the rigors of fast race circuit driving. Highly attractive cabin, supple top quality leather, new multimedia in 2017. Excitement should be a given in a low-slung, relatively lightweight coupe with a big engine. It is, and it comes with classic Italian flair in the Maserati GranTurismo. Height and reach power adjustment for the steering is provided, and both front seats are electrically adjustable, albeit with a bit of a stretch to reach the controls on the sides of the seats. Supple leather and aluminium colored inlays are used throughout the sumptuous interior of the GranTurismo, and it really feels a special place to sit. Quality is good too, and the tactile materials are a big improvement over previous Maserati cars. It's a shame then that the sat-nav in earlier cars is borrowed from a Peugeot, but following 2017's facelift this was improved by the introduction of an 8.4-inch touchscreen unit featuring the latest navigation technology. It's the same system as found in the Ghibli, Levante and Quattroporte models, and has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. Also following the 2017 facelift, a 750-watt Harman Kardon speaker system was fitted to all GranTurismos. This works well, but we thought its integration into the cabin wasn't as neat as some other manufacturers manage, Mercedes-Benz and Audi in particular. Great mile muncher MC cars, firmer than sport, comfortable front seats. This is a sporty Grand Tourer, so comfort is important, and Maserati has done a decent job here. The best combination in this regard, following the 2017 facelift at least, is the Sport on its softer and more compliant suspension. We found MC cars to be noticeably firmer, so do take that into account when deciding which of the two models are for you. Sport cars don't look anywhere near as sporty, strangely enough, unless road noise intrudes into the cabin too. We were incredibly impressed by the quality of the front seats in particular, though. They're very adjustable but crucially both supportive and comfortable. Well equipped from launch, starting to feel its age in 2017. Personalization, a key part of appeal in the GranTurismo's 10-year lifespan. At time of writing there have been a number of key updates to the somewhat confusing trim structure, culminating in two versions, Sporty MC and Luxurious Sport. Standard Maserati GranTurismo equipment from the launch in 2007, Maserati's multimedia system makes sure the GranTurismo lacks little by way of information and entertainment. Working via a 7.0-inch screen, it includes a CD player, satellite navigation, radio and onboard computer. The system has a 30 GB disk drive that can hold 180 hours of music, ideal with the Bose surround sound system using 11 speakers for high-fidelity sound. The dual-zone automatic climate control has rear air outlets, and an automatic sensor reduces air humidity if glass surfaces start to mist. Following the facelift in 2017, the range was distilled into two distinct versions. All GranTurismos get 8.4-inch touchscreen multimedia system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 12-volt USB port, SD card and OIN sockets in front, USBs in back, Harman Kardon sound system with 10 speakers including a subwoofer, leather and Alcantara upholstery, aluminium pedals and gearshift paddles behind the steering wheel, LED headlights, rear-view parking camera on top of that. Ordering a Maserati GranTurismo MC nets you a body kit including a carbon fiber, albeit painted, bonnet and a bespoke exhaust system inspired by the carmaker's racing cars. This latter feature is something we think looks fantastic, and does have a noticeable effect on the noise the car makes, something that'll be important to many buyers. The Maserati GranTurismo Sport is the softer of the two trim levels, as evidenced by the fitment of Skyhook adaptive dampers with their noticeably better ride than the MC's. It gets a different rear bumper arrangement to house its less aggressive exhaust. Optional Maserati GranTurismo extras. There are countless personalization options open to GranTurismo buyers, and we doubt the company will sell many, if any, standard cars. You've got a choice of 16 paint colors, 14 designs of alloy wheel, 8 interior colors and 5 trims for the cabin. An MC-line carbon package can be fitted to both cars, adding the weight-saving material to everywhere from the paddle shifters for the gearbox to the backs of the front seats. There are a couple of packages available to further tweak the appearance of your GranTurismo. The anniversary edition includes leather upholstery in a choice of 3 colors for the seats, dash, central console and armrests. The Centennial Pack has 4 color options for the parts mentioned above, and carbon fiber backs for the front seats. Good basic safety kit. Not much latest tech untested by Euro NCAP. The Maserati GranTurismo hasn't been tested by Euro NCAP, and given it's been on sale for a decade already at time of writing, it's unlikely to be in the future. Basic safety kit includes a stability control system called MSP that holds back engine performance if the car detects a skid, 6 airbags around the car, including side ones built into the front seats, a rear-view parking camera, a tire pressure monitoring system and high-performance brakes. There's also a handy hill holder device that'll prevent you rolling back when pulling away on an incline, and an adaptive light system that automatically activates and bends when you steer so you can see what's around the next corner. What about driver assistance technology? Unfortunately, this is where the GranTurismo really begins to feel its age. There isn't anything close to what rivals from Mercedes-Benz or Bentley offer in this regard. The only system of note is a cruise control system that isn't adaptive. There's decent room for 4 adults in the GranTurismo. As an aid to entry and exit to the rear seats, the power system for both front seats drives them forward automatically when the backrest is tilted. Double cup holders are provided for front and rear passengers, and the front armrest has an illuminated storage compartment. It's not the easiest car to park, but following the facelift in 2017, a rear view camera helped here. The GranTurismo is intended to be more sporting than practical, and because it has a fixed rear seat, load carrying is confined to the boot area, which offers a capacity of only 261 liters. To its credit, the company does offer optional luggage sets specially tailored to make the most of the boot space, plus side storage compartments alongside the rear seats for small personal items.